The upheaval and anarchy that seem to be pervasive in our world do not reflect the truth or the actuality of the situation. It is something that fluctuates from time to time. This too shall pass, but your center is God consciousness, absolute reality, and that serenity which surpasses all understanding. We become so engrossed in the world that we mistakenly believe things to be genuine. Everything gets on our nerves. We get angry, we get offended. However, the fact of the matter is that you are the ultimate reality. You are both the self and the consciousness at the same time. When you realize who you are and start waking up, you will finally be free. Avoid becoming emotionally invested in the changes that your body is through. Maintain a level head in the face of it. Always remember to keep both your head and your feet firmly planted on the earth. No difficulties, there were never any issues to worry about. There are no issues to worry about right now, and there will never be any issues to worry about again. Having troubles indicates that the world is not moving in the direction that you would like it to. But in point of fact, there aren't any issues. Everything is going according to plan at this point. Everything is perfect. All you need to do is forget about who you are and let your consciousness grow until you are one with the entire cosmos. The truth that lies behind everything in the cosmos is unadulterated consciousness. If you have knowledge, you are at peace with yourself and with the world. This is because all of the terms for happiness, joy, peace, and love that exist are really just other ways of referring to knowledge. Consequently, to the extent that you become aware of this fact, you will find that everything is going smoothly wherever you are. You already own all of the answers, all of the knowledge, all of the happiness and bliss that you have been searching for. Take some time to be still and connect with the center of your heart. Everything will work out for the best on its own. If you don't identify with anything besides your genuine self, you won't have any troubles, which is the key to mental tranquility and contentment. Put an end to identifying with your physical form and mental state. I does not exist. If I doesn't exist, your problem does not exist either. And the only reason you think it does is because you believe what you see. As soon as you understand that there is no such thing as I, everything vanishes. But as soon as you start thinking, issues will start to appear. Don't bother trying to alter anything. Just stay true to who you are. Try looking at things from a different perspective. Reframe the way you view the circumstance. There are no negative things and there are no positive things. Thinking is what makes it appear that way. Put an end to ruminating on the polar opposites of good and bad, right and wrong, and focus on you instead. Imagine that you are a divine entity, an infinite being, and that you are completely free. Always remind yourself, deep down in your heart, that everything's going well and that things are progressing exactly as they should. There are no mistakes anywhere. What seems to be incorrect is actually just a figment of your own overactive imagination. We inhabit a universe where everything is just as it should be, a universe where perfect life exists. This perfection is oblivious to good and evil, joy and sorrow, and has no concept of right and wrong. The only thing he recognizes as perfect is himself, and he sees you as that. The location at which you currently find yourself is exactly where you should be. This is the beginning of the end of your desire to be someone else. You are exactly where you should be right now, in the correct position. The wise individual does not try to alter anything about the world. Only reality is real, and you are not a part of it. You are the only thing that exists, which is consciousness. Love is the only thing that exists, and you are love. If only you knew who you are, you would be the happiest person who has ever lived. And I'm talking about the kind of happiness that doesn't fade away, no matter how much life throws at you. You have made the conscious decision to identify with the illusion and unreality, which is why you believe you are in a state of suffering, even though unchanging peace and love are a reality. You think that your life is not what it ought to be, you constantly compare yourself to other people, and you want to make some adjustments. As you may already be aware, the effects of these adjustments are very temporary, and you quickly revert back to the way things were before you made them. For the majority of people, happiness requires the participation of another person, location, or thing in order to be achieved. There is no material component to genuine happiness. Rather, it is an inherent state. You are destined to always be in this condition. It is not something you have to work to achieve, rather, it is your inherent character. The reality is that you will never be in pain. There is nothing in this existence that has the power to cause you to endure anguish. If you are in pain, it is because your mind is relaying information to you about another person, another thing, another location, or another illness. This is the root cause of your suffering. You have given yourself permission to fool yourself into thinking that you are believing your thoughts. You are entirely and wholly under the command of your thoughts. The key is to still one's thoughts. The realization of one's own nature is the ultimate goal. When the mind is still, you just go back to your true nature and become who you have always been. All you have to do is learn to keep your thoughts to yourself. Only when you are still and quiet can you hear the voice of God speaking to you. When the mind is at rest, there is only everlasting peace. Whenever you believe that you have stopped the flow of reality, when your thoughts are peaceful and still, like a placid lake, you are reflecting your own divine nature, and you are filled with unadulterated joy, and none of your other concerns remain. When your thoughts are at peace, you will discover bliss. Your task is to unwind. Keep a level head and be at ease. Begin to spend more time looking inward and witnessing and observing what you find there. By acting in this manner, I can guarantee that a tremendous transformation will take place in your life at some point, and that you will attain freedom. Therefore, via the practice of self-inquiry or simply monitoring your thoughts, you acquire the ability to contain your ideas, being an observer of your own mental processes, noticing what you're thinking about yourself. The power of thought is zero. They give the impression of having power. You handed up the reins to them. You have given your thoughts strength by believing them, but a smart person knows when to stop thinking, looks inside themselves, and asks questions. Who or what is the source of these thoughts? If you find out, you'll see that they were a myth all along. It's all in your head, so to speak. Therefore, thoughts do not have any power. Nevertheless, because you fear them, you give them power. As soon as you come to the realization that they are non-entities and that they are nothing, you are then free to become yourself.